everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as goalie in this one. This is Val, Bucket, Crow, Lennox, myself as obviously goalie. We're on Broken Hill Foundry, which demands the MAGMA skin. It's a very fiery map, so do everything except rock, and we will do traversals, and we'll kick this one off. Team is kind of good. Very weird one, actually. They don't have a defensive support, but they do have an offensive support, so there's going to be slightly more damage coming our way. Crow doesn't really do anything to goalie. Lennox is not terrible against goalie, but she's... with how fast goalie is, she struggles to get the lance off sometimes, which is a big source of her damage, but, you know, we'll see. Val is just Val. Get right in there. No intro feeding animation on this map. I just didn't alert them birds for some reason, so... Desire some wildlife game. Looks like I'm going to the pantry straight away. So as always, we're going to be getting ourselves out of stage 1 as quickly as possible, because that is the danger zone in this version of the game. The hilarity I want to, you know, just reveal to you all, because some of you might not know it exists. By the time this video goes out, you'll notice that Dead by Daylight has returned to the channel, quote unquote. And I fucking did it, fellas. I put some Evolve gameplay in there to show the good people, you know, of how far this genre fell. But that said, in home territory here, the new chapter is quite good. I did enjoy myself playing it. That was probably just because I was playing against bots though, but, you know, there was none of the meta exploiting bullshit. Wow, why are you coming through there? Okay, I did not expect that. I thought they were going to go following my footsteps. Okay, I guess we'll get this then. But you know, I just wanted to enlighten all of the modern gamers to what we lost, you know? So it's out there now, it exists. It's going to get about 10 views globally. Because usually when I put the most effort into YouTube videos, the algorithm just says, no, don't want to know. And then, you know, I can make loads of mistakes and very shit quality stuff and it gets picked up by the algorithm, so I don't know, it's weird. But we'll see how that goes, eh? We'll go up to stage 2. Very strange how they were coming through the middle of the map there, though. I've got time to... I have not got time to. Okay. I do want my armour to actually be prepared. Well, we're going for this first one. But you know, jokes aside and being an idiot aside, maybe there are some people who'll look at it and think, oh yeah, he's actually got a point, you know? But we'll get in there now. More or less full. Because as much as it might sound narcissistic, ladies and gentlemen, when I always say that, you know, I'm right about this kind of thing, it's kind of unavoidable that I actually am. And everybody else is that prefer this game over what's available at the moment, because it just is higher quality. There isn't really any sort of counter-argument to it, to be honest, that makes feasible sense. I need to get rid of this shield drone. Please move. Good. Right, we need to stop being stupid here. It is worth noting I am rendering that video right now as I'm recording this, so frame rate's taking a bit of a hit. We are going to get out. Should have been going for Val there, but you know. thought I was going to get stuck on that wall, then I was about to sigh in disdain. Push quite close to stage 3 here, I suppose. Or we'll just get it, which is what we're going to do here. I'm going to go for another fight here, though. Fucking mad how this thing can clear houses when it jumps. That's literally how you know you're playing as a boss monster in this game. You get that? We are going to go for Val this time. Don't have a Hank to defend her, so yeah, that's going to be very quick. Usually you'd only pick like offensive supports into very high sustain medics, because if you've got a medic that can actually sustain themselves like Slim or Emmett, then you can afford to go for an attack based support. But if it's like Val, who's single target and doesn't have much of a way to defend herself, it's better to have a defensive support, you know, to save her, basically. Who's always going to block that, so I just threw it at her anyway. Do you get the wall clip? Give me that second strike, please. There it is. Fucking stupid, there's no reason to actually do that. Him dying there doesn't mean anything because he will respawn back during the time we get this evolve, so. We will grab it over here. There you go, just cleared 2 buildings. The equivalent of. Oh, is Max Flame, primary damage dealer. Now, do we actually come back here? Because, yes we do, okay. Oh, that's fucking idiotic behaviour, Valerie. See the little detail there? I don't know if you heard that, because she was actually on her own. That terrified line of this thing's big. That's the level of detail you're actually dealing with in this game. He's on his own as well. This team has completely butchered this last engage. Being split up like this is a death sentence, especially against the stage 3, because they've literally not done anything to me at this point. You need to stick together but also not run away from each other, so to speak, when you're at this stage of the game. Fuck. Okay. Get the splash, bring him down here. They actually did get the respawn there though. Fucking hell, just tag him that. I wanted me grab animations. Do you know what the crates? There's one over there. One. Brilliant. Right, well they're gonna have no assault, so this is pretty much over, I think. Don't know where they respawned though, so they might actually get another wave off if I can't find them. Oh, there you go. It is now over. Blocked by the shield drone. Problem here is I know he's there anyway. That's actually stupid. I wouldn't have known where he was then. Yeah, there it is. He's shot, so I can't eat him. There you go. Well, I guess I'll know at the time anyway. I was actually thinking then, wonder if I'm releasing this video into a fucking fireball of Dead by Daylight people who are pissed off by me calling out how low quality Dead by Daylight is. But again, as I've stated in that video, I'm not somebody who is competitive or, well, not like I don't even know what the fucking word is. I'm gonna just call it childish because that's what I think it is, where people in the same sort of category of something compare their favourite version to something else. And I know that's what I'm doing, but I'm doing it from a critiquing sense, not the childish type, where, as I stated in this video, in my mind, there is no counter-argument to the fact that this game is more polished and highly animated than Dead by Daylight is, mate. It wipes the fucking floor with it, and it's something that I just see as black and white, honestly. You know? So, it is what it is. I said in the video itself that I don't think that Dead by Daylight should be dead. I don't think that. I know I've come across as that in the past with the old videos I used to do, when I was very pissed off by playing it and I was going on about how shit it was and all that kind of thing. But it was never actually the proper, you know, feeling of it. It's just, as far as I'm concerned, with Dead by Daylight being at the top of this genre, this game should not be fucking dead, mate. Should not be dead. Flat out. There is no excuse, because at a physical, visual value, this game is better than Dead by Daylight. And I don't see any counter-argument to it. The animations are better, the atmosphere is better, the lore is better, the characters are better, just everything about it is better. You know, from a quality standpoint. And there's no, as I said in that video, I touched on it in there, as I said, there is no reason why behaviour can't bring Dead by Daylight up to this level of quality. The reason they don't bring it up to that level of quality is because this game doesn't exist technically anymore. It's not part of the competition, you know? It's not part of the gaming world because it's dead. They've tried to remove it from the internet. The fucking publisher who made this game and fucked it up numerous times. It's the game's fault, you know, it couldn't be their fault for just being completely fucking dense and stupid in terms of publishing. So behaviour doesn't have to give a shit. They're at the top of the genre. They've got a monopoly on it, you know? They can do whatever the fuck they want. And people eat this shit up, and I'm trying to wake people up, do my bit to what you can have. Your game, Dead by Daylight, for a Dead by Daylight player who might come to this video listening to this, yeah? Your game could be so much fucking better than what it is, you know? Look at this game. Look at the animations. I would not take the piss or, you know, slag off Dead by Daylight half as much, a quarter as much, if it had the same level of detail that this set as a standard when it came out for its very brief life. You know? But these days, the bar has been set so fucking low that the modern gamer, like literally the modern gamer, the people who play Dead by Daylight these days, and obviously they are getting younger than me now because I'm 27 years old, you know, I'm actually getting to the boomer standpoint of gaming at the moment. But as from my perspective, mate, it's fucking regressed. It has actually regressed, and they've lowered the fucking standards massively, and people just take this shit as normal. It's normalised, you know, because they don't know any better. One of the reasons I put evolved content in that video that I'm putting out tomorrow, the Castlevania one, is to show people what did exist, what actually can still exist, as far as I'm concerned, you know? It's night and day. And I can't sit here with a straight face when I read comments that I've read across the other portions of the internet whenever this debate comes up about how Dead by Daylight is quite low quality, because you get it every now and then. You do get one or two people who will go to the subreddit or, you know, just social media in general, and they'll say the same things that I do, and they'll point it out and say that it is quite low quality. They don't necessarily mention Evolve, but in the instances where they did, and I have seen that, there are legitimately people saying that Dead by Daylight has more attention to detail than this game, and it's fucking painful to read, mate. Actually painful. It's kind of like a rage in me when I read the comments. Like, it makes me feel physically fucking sick. It actually does. Whenever there's people that fucking detached from reality that they think that Dead by Daylight is more detailed than this game and that it's more well animated. It genuinely, like, it disturbs me, because they've had in their minds Dead by Daylight is at the top of the genre and nothing could ever be better than it. You know, that's the mentality that's been cultivated around it. That kind of thing. That's how I see it anyway. When in reality, they've actually just lowered your fucking standards, mate, to the point where you don't actually know what good games are anymore. That's literally what it is. And that's why I'm trying to sort of just put content out there of this game as a whole anyway, with the videos that go out all the time, and squeeze it into Dead by Daylight content here and there, just in like passing comments or videos that, like the one that went out earlier today when this goes up, where I actually put a decent portion of gameplay of this game into that video to back up my points and provide context in terms of my high standards. And I have to label it as high standards as well in that video, because I know that people will start, you know, if I didn't, and it was just a video about me complaining about how the animations are stiff as fuck, they slide along the floor, there's been 2 killers released in a row now that just fucking float, which is insanely lazy. I don't give a shit about, you know, oh, it's the lore of the killers. I mentioned this in the video. You could have had Dracula walking. You know, you can convey so much more personality in a character and a monster or whatever when its fucking feet are on the floor and it has its own identifying walk animation, rather than just posing it in fucking Blender and having it fly towards you in the same pose all the way through. You know, it's so lazy, mate. It is fucking lazy. But obviously they can get away with it because it's the top of the genre. There's no competition. There's no anybody stopping them from doing this, because, as I say, to these people, to these Dead by Daylight people who think that that game is peak, they are fucking using you as leverage to do that shit, to do lazy shit. This is what it is. It is what it is. I'm seeing it from the outside in, you know? I'm not also, just to cap it off here as well, because I just want to mention this in here as well, to the people who actually, the human beings that work at behaviour. I'm not saying to them personally that all they do is shite. Like, I'm not actually saying that. I'm saying if they actually improved it and they did actually, you know, work on it themselves and build it up into something that is to this level, then I would not have to say things like this. You know? It's as simple as that. Like, it's lower quality. I can't say it any other way, you know? It's just lower quality through and through. Yet it's at the top of the genre. That's what pisses me off about Dead by Daylight, and the reason you see that gameplay video in the video earlier today, where 90% of the things I say about it are critiquing it and, you know, saying that it's very badly animated. There's a part in that video where I pull Nancy out of the locker and she's fucking clipping through the locker. She's facing sideways, right? This is from the wolf transformation as well, because there's a wolf in the game that's very badly animated. It's not mapped properly to the speed that it's moving. It's running, but it's at a walking speed. And I walk up to this locker in the wolf form, and obviously you can open lockers. So I press to open this locker. The fucking wolf model stretches to the height of a human one, right? It stands up on its back legs. Its rig is stretched to match Dracula's as it opens the door with its fucking top paws, right? And then Nancy is inside it with her face scrunched up and distorted and everything, and she's facing the wrong fucking way. He grabs her with his human hand and then pulls her out sideways. And then, once the animation finishes, she clips back to the way she's supposed to be facing. And usually I only see this shit on Reddit. I kind of want to see... Now, fuck me. You know, it's all the other content creators I could have worried as well, just realised. Everybody's going to be like, oh, that's funny, guys. That's quite funny. That is actually quite funny. Go on, lad. What for it? Honestly, I see people posting this on Reddit, these sorts of little bugs that happen. It's one of the first times I've actually seen it happen in my gameplay. But it shouldn't be happening. Because it looks incompetent, you know? It actually looks incompetent. But it is what it is, as I say. There you go. It's a big massive rant again. It's a Goliath video. I've enjoyed myself. We do this from time to time. I'm just reminded that this game's dead again. The only thing I'm going to place at the end of this in terms of Evolve related is just a re-mention. Nothing else has been said. There's no new news on this. But, you know, it's the copium / undying fucking hope that maybe there's a light at the end of this tunnel and we can actually resurrect this genre from mediocrity. The 2K have currently said, or somebody has said via leaks, I don't know where the source of this is, I just know that they've been going on about it on the subreddit and it was briefly mentioned in the Evolve Discord. The 2K are working on an unknown remake at the moment. And obviously this is coming an accurately reactionary distance after the revival, you know, the player surge. And it would, in certain instances, align with why they suddenly U-turned it and quickly shut the revival down. They just didn't do anything with it because they were basically dipping their toes into the water, you know, to test the temperature, so to speak. That kind of analogy. So... a man can only fucking dream. But again, I've mentioned this as well. I mentioned it in the tier list video. Do I personally want an Evolve 2 in 2024? Because gaming these days is about cutting corners, minimising costs, creating the most minimalistic, borderline, unplayable shite that is barely passable so that you can get the pre-order cash grabs in there, make a good CGI trailer, get everybody hyped for it, and then release some fucking mess that lasts about 2 months, and then scratch our heads when we realise, why didn't this work? You know, when we think, why didn't this work? So, do I even want an Evolve 2? I don't know. I would, as I say, I'd welcome it. As I say, if we are going to get an Evolve 2, fucking hell yeah. But I have my reservations about it, and that's what they are. Ideally, for me personally, in my world, if I was to say what I wanted personally, they just need to switch the fucking servers back on this game, mate. Revert it back to Legacy, take some of the changes from Stage 2 that were positive, and put them into Legacy, and just go from there. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this game. Fucking fuck all wrong with this game. Completely nothing, as far as I'm concerned. That's obviously a lie again, but I'm trying to say that, you know, there's nothing wrong with this game that can't be worked on. Put it that way, you know. So it is what it is. Anyway, there you go. Massive rant. That's probably double the length of this round on the end of this video. But I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. It's a Goliath video. I get very thingy when I play Goliath. He's my main, so I get excited, and then I'm, you know, the come down basically because I'm reminded that this game's dead and ASIMs are just fucking dog shit these days. But there you go. I will hopefully see you for the next one. Bye.